So what we want to talk about today is cloud versus on-prem, and particularly when it comes to large food manufacturers. So if you're a large food manufacturer and you likely have multiple plants spread around the country and possibly different countries, and you have to manage supply chain going to those plants and the manufacturing happening or the production happening at those plants, output, logistics, all of those things. Then you have to consolidate all of that, in a consolidation company and also be managing reporting based on all of these entities. The problem of actually managing that becomes different than if you were just one entity with one location. It's far more complicated. It actually just adds another level of complexity to the whole thing. It's like you level up in a sense. So if you're actually running an on-prem meaning that your servers are located somewhere, and they're not quote unquote in the cloud, but they're in your building somewhere or buildings. The setup for large manufacturers would be like you might have to have servers in all of the facilities. So each one will have a server, and all of them might be running a version of your system, like a segment of the ERP system. And then those segments have to talk to each other in order to get sort of, real-time information. It wouldn't be real time, obviously. It would be near real time. Another server somewhere else needs to consolidate all that information. It could be a data warehouse or company consolidations, financial consolidations happening somewhere else. So this pattern actually was something that people did in the past, and it's complicated, and it's hard to make sure that you get it all right. It's hard to aggregate the data. The ping pong between the servers is difficult to manage, firewalls, VPNs, all of those things. But like now with the cloud, things are very different. So what an organization that's that spread out and has, like I said, many facilities and all of that, can literally all connect to the cloud, to one area in the cloud, so to speak. They can be on multiple tenants, and there could be a load balancing across so that not everybody is hitting the same tenant, etc. So the abstraction actually happens inside the cloud, but all of the servers, quote unquote, are in the cloud. They're like abstracted, so you don't even see that. It becomes way easier to manage. Way easier, because the data is all there. The transactions that are happening are all there. The functions that need to be called are all there. They're all secured inside the cloud, and just all types of management becomes way easier. Now people say, hey, what about if I lose internet in one of my facilities? What happens? I cannot operate if we're in the cloud. And this is true. And then there are some offline solutions that are available that sync back into the cloud when they wake up. It's not the same thing as having a server on site, obviously. But if you lose internet, you lose so much more. It's not just the ERP that will go down. There's like practically everything. It's almost like losing power today. And it just isn't that frequent. Most sites have backup lines on internet, so if one line goes down, another one picks up. Same thing with electricity. And I would say today, internet is practically treated with the same level of importance as electricity. So the evolution has been that companies just move towards the cloud and are adopting the cloud more and more, even very large entities. And this just doesn't seem to be a serious problem anymore. And we've been onboarding, at inecta, we've been onboarding larger entities into the cloud, because we practically do only cloud installations, almost exclusively. And all of them are going really great, and we haven't had any issues with that. So I actually encourage people who are looking at a new system, and especially are running on-prem in multiple locations, to think about like, hey, what if we just put it all in the cloud? The advantages are enormous. and the simplicity, also the things that you can do in the cloud once you're in the ecosphere of other services, third-party vendors, and connecting to this and that here and there becomes far simpler and easier to implement. So that's why we're cloud first at inecta. We push towards the cloud. We are expanding in the cloud to add services for our customers, and just getting our customers to the next level, and becoming a much stronger and revolutionary business after implementing inecta Food.